There are sounds that don't just exist. They transport you. Not metaphorically, not emotionally, physically. Like your soul just gets yanked out of your adult body with your responsibilities, your stress, your "I should really answer that email," and slammed back into a childhood living room. Carpeted floor, controller cable tangled, snacks within arm's reach, and in front of you, a tiny purple dragon. I'm Resident Lynx, and today we're diving into a game that didn't just define a generation, it raised one. Spyro the Dragon. Released in 1998 by Insomniac Games, this wasn't just another platformer trying to ride the wave of Crash Bandicoot or Super Mario 64. No. Spyro walked in like, what if I'm small, but better? And somehow, he was. Before we get too deep into dragon lore and emotional trauma caused by missing a single gem, if you enjoy long-form retrospectives like this, leave a like, subscribe to Resident Lynx, and leave a comment telling me your favorite Spyro level, or the one that made you rage quit as a child. No judgment. This is a safe space. Mostly.
Let's set the stage. It's the late 90s. Gaming is evolving fast. 3D isn't just a gimmick anymore. It's becoming the standard. But here's the problem. Early 3D games, they were rough. Camera issues, clunky controls, environments that felt either too empty or way too confusing. Developers were still figuring things out. And then Insomniac Games steps in and says, what if we made a 3D world that actually feels good to move in? Revolutionary concept. One of the most underrated things about Spyro the Dragon is its technology. Yes, technology. Stay with me. The game used an advanced level of detail system that allowed environments to render farther than most games at the time. Which means you could see distant platforms. You could plan your jumps. You could actually understand the space you were in. Instead of wandering around like, is this a wall or a texture?
Okay, the story. Let's not pretend this is Shakespeare. A group of dragons is chillin', minding their business, probably discussing dragon things. And then Nasty Nork, a name that still sounds like someone dropped their keyboard, gets insulted and reacts in the most reasonable way possible by turning every dragon into crystal. Except Spyro, because he's small. That's it. That's the entire inciting incident. And honestly, it's perfect, because it doesn't waste your time. It just says, go. Spyro is not your typical hero. He's not noble. He's not particularly wise. He's not burdened by destiny. He's just confident. Almost too confident. He's the kind of character who would absolutely skip the tutorial if given the chance. And the best part? He feels like a kid. Impatient, curious, slightly chaotic. Every time a dragon tries to give him advice, you can practically hear him thinking, cool, but I've got stuff to do. Okay, the hub worlds.
The game is divided into hub worlds. Artisans, peacekeepers, magic crafters, beast makers, dream weavers. Each one has its own identity. Artisans feels like a fantasy postcard. Peacekeepers feels like a desert war zone. Dreamweavers feels like someone accidentally drank too much coffee and designed a level. And each hub connects to multiple levels, which creates a sense of structure without feeling restrictive. Diamond, Section 6, the Collectathon Loop. Here's where Spyro becomes addictive. You collect gems, dragons, dragon eggs. And at first, it feels casual, relaxing, almost meditative. But then, you finish a level, and it says 97% complete. And suddenly your brain goes, no, we are not leaving. Shh. Section 7, the hunt for the last gem. Let's talk about the psychological warfare, because that's what it is. You've cleared everything. You've defeated enemies. You've explored every visible corner. And yet, one gem remains. And you start spiraling. Did I miss a chest? Did I skip a path? Is the game broken? And then you find it, behind a rock. And you feel relief, followed immediately by anger.
Spyro doesn't need a complex combat system, because the game is built around clarity. Enemies are designed so you instantly know what to do. Big enemy with armor? Charge. Small enemy? Flame. Metal enemy? Accept defeat. It's intuitive. It respects your time, and it never pretends to be more complicated than it is. 9. Level design mastery. Spyro's levels are masterclasses in design. They're open, but not overwhelming. They guide you without forcing you. They reward exploration. And most importantly, they trust the player. If you see something in the distance, the game is basically saying, you can get there. And you believe it.
And then, the flight levels. These levels take everything you've learned and throw it out the window. Now you're flying, under a time limit, trying to hit targets in a specific order. And if you mess up, start over. These levels were the original just one more try trap. And by one more try, I mean 20. The music in Spyro isn't just good, it's essential. Composed by Stuart Copeland, the soundtrack blends ambient sounds with rhythmic energy. Each level feels alive. The music adapts to the environment. It enhances exploration. And it sticks with you. Years later, you'll hear a track and immediately think, I know exactly where I am.
Let's talk about the dragons. You rescue dozens of them. They all have names, they all have voices, and yet you remember none of them. Because they all follow the same pattern. Thank you, Spyro. Here is some vague advice. Leaves immediately. Like, bro, you couldn't stick around? Help a little? Spyro is generally forgiving, but it has moments. Moments where you question everything. Precision jumps, hidden paths, enemies placed just wrong. And of course, the camera, which occasionally decides, you know what? Not today.
Spyro works because it understands something fundamental. Games should feel good. Movement feels good. Exploration feels good. Completion feels good. It's not about complexity. It's about experience. And then we reach the end. Nasty Nork. A villain who spends most of the final encounter running away. The boss fight is basically cardio. Chase him. Avoid traps. Catch him. It's simple, but satisfying. Spyro doesn't take itself seriously, and that's its strength. The enemies are goofy. The animations are playful. The world feels alive. It's a game that understands fun.
Let's be honest, nostalgia plays a role. But Spyro holds up. because its foundation is strong. It's not relying on memory. It's relying on design. Spyro wasn't just a one-off success. It became a franchise. It influenced platformers. It proved that 3D exploration could be smooth and enjoyable. And it gave us a character that still resonates today. Spyro the Dragon isn't just a game. It's a moment, a feeling, a reminder of when games were simpler, but no less meaningful. If you enjoyed this retrospective, leave a like. Subscribe to Resident Lynx. Leave a comment sharing your Spyro memories. And let me know, should we continue this series with Spyro 2? I'm Resident Lynx, and I'll see you in the next retrospective.